Welcome back to the channel. Today, Aime Leon Dore has a new company vehicle in a Porsche 911. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm just spending time thinking about and reflecting about the Porsche 911 Super Carrera that I was able to see outside of Aime Leon Dore, which is why you see the car set up a lot of rocks and sand and a lot of dirt in order to help encompass the off-road and off-the-grid feel that you would find outside of a place that doesn't look like New York City. You still have this car set up in the middle of Mulberry Street, right in front of their flagship store. The paint to sample color on this example of 911 is olive, which also aligns to the culture of the artistic director. The theme of culture, and that is Queen's culture, makes me appreciate the brand even that much more. I've been wearing Aime Leon Dore for quite some time. I'm an early adopter to the brand. It is reminiscent of 90s hip hop, mostly 90s hip hop and basketball, and some of my favorite hip hop artists at the time that come from Queens as well. One thing when we look at the car, because this is all about the car, Porsche 911 SC, this one plays a little bit more into the history of going back to the homeland. Artistic director, his homeland is Greece, and having been to Greece on visits in the past, having been to Hydraparos islands off of Athens into the Mediterranean, I'm able to see where the thinking is coming from. But one thing I love is the elements of Queens. So I look at the beads, for example, the beads on the driver's seat. For me, that is reminiscent of the cab drivers that would pick me up on my way to LaGuardia Airport. And I think of Car 85, that famous Nas song that he finally garnered a Grammy for. So congratulations and shout out to Nas. But yeah, I mean, all these themes of culture just keep playing over and over and over again. I look at the tweed elements in the seats, some of the tweed details on the outer bolsters of the Recaro seats. Even the fact that they did use Recaro seats and they maintained Recaro seats is showing that Porsche is still a race car, but it is a comfortable, usable, daily driver type of vehicle that can be used in pretty much every single application. Essentially, that's how I use my car. And you could see the Persian rug elements throughout the entire flooring of the vehicle, both passenger wells, as well as the pedal box, as well as the lower door card elements where the mat pockets are. And it works amazingly well. For him to go in that decision, that was really awesome. The roof rack with the deflated basketball, the spare tire that I'm not sure will quite fit with the Fuchs wheels, but I thought it was a really cool design element to try to incorporate as much onto the roof rack, which renders the sunroof useless. But if we're completely honest, I've only opened the sunroof in my personal 911 maybe a handful of times. I've opened it maybe once or twice. You're not really thinking about using a sunroof in a 911. So I think a roof rack in this application would be a little bit more purposeful. The Super Carrera edition. The Super Carrera is the model that precedes my 3.2. So it is a little bit older, but it is certainly amazing. And I'm a big fan of the execution behind the vision and the artistic direction that was taken in order to move this car in the right direction. And it being an Aime Leon Dore car, that will help push the brand into a much bigger mainstream audience. I'm thrilled for the artistic direction that the entire company is taking. The 911 SC certainly aligns itself with its European origins, including these thinner bumperettes. When we look at the wheel arches, we remember that Porsches of the past were considered subcompact vehicles that occupied a small portion of the road. The slender, non-turbo rear arches help you remember that. The Fuchs wheels are the icons behind all 911s. These black-centered, anodized lip examples wrapped in Pirelli Cinturatos are the same alloys featured on my '88 Carrera. The suspension of choice was torsion bars that were adjusted and dialed in from underneath. Ultimately, what makes this car special are the artisanal attention to detail and the leather workmanship and the stitching of fabrics and carpets to sum up a bespoke interior that speaks to the culture of the brand. One of my favorite details throughout the entire car was the leather stitching that can be found from the dashboard through the perimeter of the entire vehicle. A car is simply a sum of its parts, but when the sum of its parts can tell a story from beginning to end, from the ground up, the story and vision has well been executed. So thank you for watching. Please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting down below. I continue to do more coverage on more amazing one-off cars, more unique cars. So stay tuned and hit that notification bell so you can be up to date with all the new videos that are coming your way. Thank you for watching. Take care.